Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Joy Bennett. I'm the executive director, I think, of folksongs, and I don't know, it's only been 6 years. And sometimes I wonder, I have never been so impressed by an audience being in their seats on time. It's amazing. I'm standing there going, but it's only it's 10 minutes to go and you're all in your seats. Okay, I'm going to shut up now, mostly. Some of you know John and Trish from all over different places. And, and those of you, we have a lot of people streaming tonight, out in Stream, we call it Streamland. And many of, I think, your students are watching. And you may know John from Old Songs. God knows you've been there a lot of times, you, both of you. Amazing fiddler, amazing singers, great clogging, great banjo playing. And I'll shut up now and say, John, Kirk, and Trish Miller.
Old Songs has been very good to us. Very good.
We're going to play a little tune we wrote called Shippy's Ledge. It's a nice place to hike to.
Yeah. Otherwise known as squirrel heads and gravy.
You know, that's, I don't know, it's not our favorite tune to play, but the title is so good.
I like cauliflower and curry myself.
We could go through and veganize all the
Well, you can picture it. You can see why.
all the titles that are.
We're gonna do a Ukrainian tune. We actually learned this from a recording.
No, we're
that
gonna
we
do
got-
another. We're gonna do
Oh,
something
we're
else.
doing something else first?
Yes,
Oh, my goodness.
we're gonna do all the ridiculousness, and then we'll do the sublime.
Okay.
So this
All
is
right.
ridiculous. This piece is totally ridiculous. Do you play banjo in this?
No, I think I'll get it out. You guys can relate to it. I'm just gonna help here and there in the
Okay.
story. We were challenged by a friend of ours, Edna, and she said, you know, with these self-driving cars, I think there needs to be a time when the pickup truck leaves its owner. I mean, his wife left him, his dog left him, you know, he ran out of beer, all of those things happen. Well, the self-driving car pickup truck and so she said, that song needs to be written, John, ? And so then that week he came up with the pickup truck that let him down.
Pick Up, Let Me Down, and Trish wrote the best line in the song, and you'll know it when you hear it. It's gotta get my tempo right. Yeah, okay, my George Jones vowels. I can see you crying in the moonlight. Okay.
He loves George Jones.
I do. Okay. Well, I'm just a good old country boy with my girl, my dog, and truck. But one day that pickup broke down on me, so I tried to change my luck. Well, I went down to the dealer and I saw it, and oh my Lord, well, I bought it right there and then, the world's first self-driving Ford. Now it was a revelation to sit behind the wheel. I could take a nap, could drink a beer, I could even eat a meal. Well, I must have got so obnoxious, always being drunk and sometimes rude, that my girl left. She took the dog and my pickup left me too. You know, my pickup let me down, went it up and drove away. I wish someone pick up my pickup truck if they see it along the way. That anomaly with autonomy has left me high and dry. Yeah, my truck up and left me, and I still don't know why. Well, now I guess that it got tired of hearing me sing my country songs. When I hear Wynette, Weber, Willie, I just have to sing along. Well, I guess the day has finally come when I change my choice to sing a Taylor Swift and a Justin Bieber song at the top of my voice. Well, my pickup let me down, went up and drove away. I wish someone pick up my pickup truck if they see it along the way. That anomaly with autonomy has left me high and dry. Yeah, my truck up and left me, and I haven't got a clue. Well, now one day I woke up behind the wheel. The GPS said we'd arrived. So I got out and stretched my legs. It felt good after the long drive. But then the door slammed shut. It locked itself. The transmission kicked in gear. And as the truck drove off, it honked its horn. I swear it said,
Goodbye, dear.
well, my pickup let me down, went it up and drove away. I wish someone pick up my pickup truck if they see it along the way. That anomaly with autonomy has left me high and dry. Yeah, my truck up and left me, and I still don't know why. Well, if I hadn't had my flip phone, if I hadn't had my flip phone, I'd still be standing there today. So I called the police and told my tale. They had this to say: a truck by that description had been seen by a couple of hicks heading west down the road with a woman and a dog down Route 66. Yeah, my pickup let me down, went it up and drove away. I wish someone picked up my pickup truck if they see it along the way. That anomaly with autonomy has left me high and dry. Get my truck up and left me, and I still don't know why. But then my truck came home for Christmas. Makes me wanna cry. It's sitting out in the garage now, planning its next drive. Well, my girl's still gone, but she got a new dog. She's out howling at the moon. You know, my truck came home for Christmas, and I'm no longer blue. You know, that pickup let me down, landed up and drove away. I wish someone picked up that pickup truck if they'd seen it along the way. That anomaly with autonomy had left me high and dry. But then my truck came home for Christmas, and I no longer cry. That truck left me flat. That truck steered me wrong. That truck gave me the drive shaft. Nothing but taillights. That's a silly song. All right. I told you it was going to be ridiculous.
To continue with the story I started before was at the Gotta Get Gone. Yay! From the Picking and Singing Gathering, folks. We were there and lucky enough to see Peter Ostrusko there. And Peter had cassettes as well as CDs at that time, but one cassette that we purchased there was of his father's Ukrainian orchestra, a mandolin orchestra from his hometown in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and they actually had beautiful tunes on this, but one waltz captured my heart. It was called Balamuti, and I found out since then that it's Beautiful Flower, and of course I picture a sunflower for this Ukrainian tune we're going to do. Then the second tune we'll follow it up with is real old-time music. It comes from the 1300s, is that what you said? It's a tribute to the Blessed Virgin, and it's called Como Puedo Persas Culpas. Oh, I gotta go up to 5.
One more.
One more? It didn't sound right. That's much better.
Could you adjust that capo? It got a little tight there or something. It went right.
A bit too sharp, huh?
A little, yeah, like a little.
You keep playing your ditties then, and I'll back it up. I'll back up that truck.
Thank you. I think it's
Sounds
maybe this
better
one,
in
South.
tune.
Wow, the whole thing slipped.
Oh, John has 2 mandolins, and both of them need help.
We were remembering downstairs as we were talking with Chris and with Howard downstairs, and remembering that tune Balamuti and learning it off this cassette after Peter spent this beautiful weekend with us at the Gottingen, and I was in a fiddle workshop with Peter, just he and I in a fiddle workshop, and that was terrifying, and also one of the greatest experiences of my life. And but one time we played this Balamuti, that tune, and Greg and Rosalie Clark were there, and Rosalie said, you should always play that tune, she said.
She must have liked it.
She did. Okay, what's next?
Yep.
Okay.
Gaynor Dawson is a friend who is a cowboy poet. He lives out in Oregon, but he spent a lot of time in upstate New York for work, and also around Washington, where he got to know our friends, the Gilmans. And he came to folk weekends out there and shared with us some wonderful stories and poems, because really his poems were stories. They seemed just right, especially this one for a song. And Carmen Gilman said, "John, can you set that one to music?" And it's called Some of the Best Days, and it's about fishing. And John and some of his buddies that are around like to go fishing, and so they can relate to this. And even though the song sings about the Little Natchez, a western river, the story and sentiment is something that a lot of you, I'm sure, can relate to. So this is John's music to Gaynor Dawson's poem.
It's called Some of the Best Days. Some of the best days I ever had were days spent with my brother and dad. Nothing stirs this soul of mine like a mountain breeze and the smell of pine. Takes me back to the lofty trees and the cold waters of the Little Natchez, the emerald pools and lively falls, rapids slashing at the canyon walls, a pond reflecting summer skies, shattered when the cutthroat rise. Some of the best days I ever had were days spent with my brother and dad, chasing memories with a rod and reel, saving the best in a wicker creel, releasing little ones back to the stream so they could fulfill tomorrow's dreams. My father, my brother, and me, we're like a pod with just 3 peas, identical creases in our Stetson hats, leather puttees worn like spats, canvas pants and wool plant shirts, frayed throughout and stained with dirt, gentle souls in hardened cases, with all-day smiles on sunburned faces. Some of the best days I ever had were days spent with my brother and dad, chasing memories with a rod and reel, saving the best in a wicker creel, releasing little ones back to the stream so they could fulfill tomorrow's dreams. It was early morning when we awoke to the smell of bacon and campfire smoke. 3 miles back and the hike was done to wet our lines, take the first good run. Sometimes they'd strike and sometimes not. But it never mattered what we caught. It was all about being and being there, sharing the feeling hung in the air. Some of the best days I ever had were days spent with my brother and dad, chasing memories with a rod and reel, saving the best in a wicker reel, releasing the little ones back to the stream so they could fulfill tomorrow's dream. Some of the best days I ever had were days spent with my brother and dad, chasing memories with a rod and reel, saving the best in a wicker creel. Sometimes I wish I too was small, so they'd throw me back to relive it all. Is it Union Made? I don't know. No, it tells it's farewell.
Oh, okay.
I'll play a fiddle tune here.
Good.
Kibbles and bits.
Well, Gaynor's got other good story poems like that.
Yes. So we're going to play Elzic's Farewell. Just a raucous old time tune. Talk amongst yourselves.
This version has 3 parts, and I think the first 2 parts date back before the Civil War. It's really old time, but very American, and the third part, we've heard 3 different versions of where it came from, so if any of you know, maybe you can let me know.
All right. Sign of the cross.
I
Okay.
like that part.
Jeez. Falling off.
It's not It's fun too. It's fun to dance to too. It's hard to stand still, but it is hard to dance and keep good rhythm.
Wait a minute.
Sometimes
That's what you do. Oh, you mean dance and play at the same time?
at the same time, it doesn't always quite come together. But I do it anyway. Sometimes the tune just takes over. I would like for you guys to take over some when the chorus to this song comes around, because I'll bet you know it. Woody Guthrie sang it, and it became popular with a lot of other people, including people who work for unions. I'm going to sing The Union Maid. And the third verse that I'm going to sing, I learned from Peggy Seeger. The Woody Guthrie song, was suitable for the 1940s when he was singing it, but this Peggy Seeger verse is something I'd more relate to. And in these times where we gotta vote for women's rights, the union is part of it. Vote for people's rights all around. So we'll start right off with the tune, and then we'll start singing The Union Maid. How about that? Let me make sure Nope,
That's the
there
one.
it is.
The first time I ever played fiddle on a stage was with Pete Seeger. The first time. And I didn't actually know how to play the fiddle at the time. And I went to the Beacon, like City Park, and it's a riverfront park in Beacon, New York. And there was a strawberry festival, so the Clearwater's parked there, the Woody Guthrie was parked there, and the Sojourner Truth were all there, all moored. Out there was a perfectly blue sky day, and a lot of the sloop singers are there, and we got there. I know this friend of mine said, "Let's go down there doing this thing, bring your fiddle." So I brought a fiddle, which I didn't know how to play, but I was wanting to learn. And this fellow comes up to me, and he is sort of, I'm going to describe every fiddler from that time. He had a long beard and long hair. So he comes over, he goes, "Hey, you want to play some tunes?" I go, "Well, okay. I don't really play tunes, but I could play some open notes and scale notes." He goes, "Great." So he just starts playing really nicely. And I'm just trying not to stick out like a sore thumb when I'm playing with him. But it's just the two of us, so we're going to play. He goes to it. "Do you know this one?" I go, "No." He goes, "Plays another one." So I'm like, "Okay, great." And it was just real. I felt like I was playing the fiddle a little bit. And there was a little stage about this big, and a Pete Seeger is there, two custom speakers. Those of you who know custom speakers, vinyl padded, speckled, like electric paint on them. And Pete Seeger is there, and he's got the banjo, and he's looking out over the river at the boats, and his eyes are so steely blue, and it's just, oh my gosh, one of my heroes. And he's standing there, and he's singing, "Well, we'd like you to go over and have some strawberry shortcake." And there were 5 people sitting eating strawberry shortcake already, and no one else. 5 people sitting on the grass. 20 guitar players on stage with Pete Seeger. All the sloop singers. 20 guitar players on a stage this big. And in back of the stage, on the grass, behind the stage, it's this other fiddler and I, and we're just playing along with the songs. And all of a sudden we hear this voice, Pete goes, "Well, we got a couple of fiddlers back here. We're going to let them come up here and take over." And so I go like, "Well, that's fine." And this other guy turns to me and goes, "Hey man, my ride's leaving, I gotta go. It's great playing with you. Come back. We'll pay money, come back." So I'm trying to disappear now into the leaves of grass, blades of grass, kind of like just trying to disappear and walk away. And these couple of very hostile sloop singers, "Hey man, Pete said to get up here. Like, now." And I'm like, "Gee, all right." So I walk to the front of the stage.
You were reluctant to perform?
I was reluctant to perform. Hard as that may be, I walk up, and he goes, "What's your name, son?" I said, "John." He goes, "Well, John," his voice. 5 people still listening. The audience hasn't grown. He goes, "What would you like to play? What tune would you like to play?" And I go, "I really don't I don't know any tunes, but if you do one of your songs, I'll just play along with one of your songs. He goes, oh, okay. Well, what song should we get? Now, I forgot to preface this, but I know one tune that I can play really badly, but I know one tune, and it's the Wabash Cannonball. And I'm fibbing to you not. Pete goes, let's see, what song should we do? How about we do the Wabash Cannonball? And I said, great. And he goes, let's see, what key? I said, G. So we sang, we do the song together, and he goes, and be taken on the Wabash Cannonball. Take it, John. So then I don't know if you've tried to play the fiddle before, but and it's easier sort of with fretted instruments. But every once in a while, you see a guitar player do this. Every once in a while, they just forget where the end of the guitar is, and they play the G chord just up a fret. It's really close, and it's shaped like a G chord, but it sounds like this. And if you go there, it's a G chord. But if you go there, it's not a G chord anymore. And that's what happened to the fiddle. So when you play open G and a D string, it was in tune, and it sounded just great. And as soon as I fingered any note, it was wildly at least a half step sharp. So the break kind of went. Just, you can't imagine how bad it was and how just beat red I got at the end of the song. And I just humbly walked away and walked off and went and put my fiddle away. And I thought, I'll never play again.
No, you persisted though. He persisted, and
Yeah,
he got
persisted.
to play several more times with Pete Seeger around the Hudson Valley, and then with the Vannevar Caravan.
The Vannevar Caravan, what was it? So fast forward, 1998 or something, Symphony Space in New York City, and I am standing with Pete Seeger, and he and I are about to walk on the stage together to start the show. And I got a fiddle, and he's got his 12-string, and we're going to do Living in the Country or something at the beginning of the show, and I'm going to play along. Maybe I had a mandolin, I can't remember, but Pete, I get to tell him the story. So I just tell him the whole story. I said, Pete, I was there, I played, it was just god-awful, and yet here I am, I figured it out, and here I am getting to play with you. And he goes, well, I hope we get to play a whole lot more. What'd you say your name was again? No, he didn't say that. But and then, so one of the most memorable things I ever saw on a stage, though, then happened. The house lights went to half in Symphony Space, and the audience started applauding. And then the lights went out, and the audience went out of their minds applauding. And then he stepped on the stage, and they all stood up and gave him a standing ovation, like right at the beginning of his show. And I thought, that's how you start a show. That's how to do it. And it was just memorable.
And he started to sing Where Have All the Flowers Gone, and everyone knew every word, and he was singing along. That was quite beautiful.
Yeah, the entire show, they could sing the whole show for him. So,
We'll
but let's
our
do
best
this.
with this.
Because he did this at that show, too. Wanna play it? I'm sticking to the till the day I
Let's do that chorus. No, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to you.
yeah. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union.
No, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the
Union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die.
There once was a union maid who never was afraid of the goons and the geese and the company thieves and the deputy sheriffs and the raid. To the union hall where the meeting it was called, and when those company boys came round, she always stood her ground.
Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. No, you can't
those bones and fight the Union way.
Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the Union. I'm sticking to the Union till the day I die. Thank you, guys.
I know love is all I need.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so nice to hear the room sing, and sounds good in here with you all singing.
The Vanover Caravan does a show. It's a dance troupe from New Paltz, New York. For those that don't know, a fabulous dance troupe, and they do all kinds of dance from all around the world and also all around the U.S. All kinds of traditional dance and new pieces as well. And they did a show called Turn, 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 and it was with Pete Seeger and Nora Guthrie and Nora's daughter. It was the Bardavon Opera House. And they asked if I would come and play fiddle in that show, and also would I, and it's a big tribute for Pete, with all Pete's music and choreographed. And I was really honored. I said, wow. And they said, and I said, will Pete be there? He'll be there, of course, right? And they go, yeah, he'll be there. So he's going to really like this tribute, I think, and he knows about it already. So that was great. And they said, would you sing Turn, Turn, Turn? So I said, I'm honored and I'd be happy to. So I go to the Birds recording and I listen to it 1,000 times and get it down. So we get to the rehearsal and it's all friends are there. Toby Stover, who a lot of you know, Mark Murphy is there. It's Mark Murphy's house. And we're rehearsing. It was a 2 o'clock rehearsal, and it's 3 o'clock, and we're still telling jokes and visiting. And I thought, gee, we're gonna start going over the music soon. I hope, because I'd like to get driving home soon. And I had no idea why people were waiting, but all of a sudden there was Pete. Pete comes in the door, and he's in the band for this show that's honoring him, which was really cool. So we going through the program, and we get to Turn, Turn, Turn. He goes, now who's singing Turn, Turn, Turn? And Olivia goes, Johnny's singing it. So
Pete was having some trouble with his voice, and so he asked that another singer sing the song, and so they pointed to John. And John got to have a private lesson with Pete.
Yeah, so Pete says, so we sing the
singing the
song,
song.
and I do everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, that's sort of the way I did the song, and we do the whole thing. And he goes, that was really nice. How about you and I go off in this other room, and I'll tell you a little bit about the song and how I wrote it and stuff. And I'm, okay, so now I'm holding, here, hold this. So now I'm holding his banjo. I'm holding his banjo. It says Vega model, Pete Seeger model 0001. So now I'm holding that. He's got his 12-string. And we go off in a room. Honestly, I can't tell you too much about what he said, because in my brain I'm going, oh my God, I'm sitting with Pete Seeger. Oh my God. Anyway, I was really flummoxed. And but he had this really neat tip for the song, which is to go, do everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. So it just kept turning like that. A lot of people wait. I said, it's because they need a breath, people.
That's my old brother. You do that now.
Do that now?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
since
take
I've
the
talked,
guitar, since
all right,
you've talked
since I've
about
talked so
Pete.
much about Pete, let's do
Yeah. I'm switching the orders of things. There's a song that I had never heard before until recently, and well, relatively recently, and it was a song written by Pete Seeger for another person's funeral. But it's a beautiful, beautiful song, and it certainly is needed now. And so I made a request that John do that since we're on a Pete Seeger theme. It's called To My Old Brown Earth.
Sorry, this is taking me a minute to tune. What key should we do it in?
It's actually in C. So we've got to retune several strings.
It's going to be in D, I think.
Oh, is that where it is? Okay.
To my old brown earth and to my old blue sky, I now give these last few molecules of I. And you who sing and you who stand nearby, I do charge you not to cry. Guard well our human race, watch well and keep it strong, as long as sun will shine. And be this our home, keep it strong and pure and green, for now I'm yours and you are part of me.
Awesome.
And this our home, keep it pure and sweet and green, for now I'm yours and you are also mine.
I wanted to do, I know that was all I
I know.
knew. Next.
After that,
Yeah.
that would be good if I could remember it. But I do it in G. No, I need the words in front of me. I need the words for that too, as it turned out at the very end. But
Well, that
All right.
was a surprise.
we're
We
gonna
didn't
do
that.
one more surprise.
I'm
Let's
gonna
have
put this where it's
Trish
out
dance a
of
little
danger.
bit for you here on her board. So you won't be bored. She brought her board.
Well, we've got more surprises than that, but it's for the second set. We're gonna play this little fiddle tune. First of all, it's one that we learned from both Earl St. Ange and Sarah Milanovic, and it's called Lapel's Tune or Lapel's Jig. And the second tune is called George Booker, and that's the one I'm gonna dance to. So we're giving a little tribute to a lot of the people that influenced us, and certainly going up to the Fiddlers Conventions at Long Lake, that was a place where Earl St. Ange from Schenectady used to go up and see some of his friends, because as a little boy he had lived up there, and he and his brothers had a band. That was 104 years ago, and Earl St. Ange is still playing. And a tune he wrote as a tribute to people he heard up there at the Long Lake bar and also at the fiddle gatherings was the lapels, and so the lapels jig. That's
Lapel.
coming first.
The Lapel Brothers. student. Here's Earl's.
Poor Ted. He's all right.
Be a goldfish. Go!
Good looking refreshments here. We'll see you in a little bit.
Time for a wee break.
You need to say something?
So the mall, if you don't already have all of John and Trish's recordings, I think I do, but if you don't, they have download cards if you want to go that way. They have CDs. That's the mall over here, and great, good sweet stuff over there. tous les jeunes gens quand s'y rassemblaient, volement que vole, la lune est levée, volement que vole, la lune s'en va, volement que vole, la lune est levée, volement que vole, la lune s'en va. Now, that is a Québécois voyageur song, not a voyeur song. Don't get any ideas. It's a voyageur song, and they would be paddling to that, okay? Bringing that up because March is Francophonie month. So, of all things that are derived from the French, so we have two groups in March that are coming in to do concerts. We have Gros Eel, who was they were at the festival last year. They were brilliant on March 1st, so do come and hear them. They're great. And then we can't forget St. Patrick's Day, so we have the Jeremiahs. We have the Jeremiahs on, if I could remember the date, it would be a good thing. No, it's not on the 17th. I think it's on the 15th, but it's the 15th. And then to finish up Francophonie month, we have Ete, who was also at the festival a couple of years ago and did a concert in this room as well. And they are brilliant. They're young. They're brilliant. And be here for that as well. So just wanted to give you a little taste of that Québécois sound. Really big announcement to make. Hang on. And it is, hang on. Glad tidings on this Groundhog Day. An early spring is on the way. So Puxatawney Phil did not see his shadow. So we're supposed to have an early spring. He's right 30% of the time. Take it from that. So without further ado, John Kirk, Trish Miller.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get this to do.
We're going to go sublime, then ridiculous in this one. So, I first heard this little tune in this room, this very room, on this stage with a show called The Visitors. And Bill Spence and George and Toby were playing this tune while I told a story as part of the play, a true story of my of the Kirk side of the family, my dad's side of the family from Belfast, and how they came over to America, how my grandfather Kirk was born in New York, but went back to Ireland to enlist in the army at 16 years old and be in the Royal Irish Regiment. Promptly sent to the trenches and survived all that. And that story was in the family that great-grandfather John Kirk, and none of the John Kirks up till me had a middle name. Just John Kirk, good Protestant stock. And he came here because he had tuberculosis, and this was a place you could come to the North Country.
I think you got to get rid of it, right? The Ricola. But anyway, but then no, he went back. His grandfather went back. Yes, as he said, to Ireland. His dad was born in Ireland, but came as a little boy over to the U.S. and then he served in World War II, flying 50 missions. And he never taught John anything about the troubles over there. He just would often say this or that would reflect his Irish heritage, and they certainly have that. So this is a song that not only we just thought of it as a tune from Pfennig's All-Stars, the folks who played here, but John was teaching it to his fiddle class at Bennington, and Bronwyn Maloney was the only beginner in the class, and she came a little bit late to class that day. They were playing it. She said to John, is this Bridget O'Malley? And he goes, you know this tune? And she starts singing, and John's like, there are words? So he learned it from his student, Bronwyn Maloney, and he's working on learning the Irish. Now, you talk about something hard, a language difficult, but
We'll
for
not be
today,
singing
we'll
it.
do English.
We'll not be singing it in Irish. We'll have the equivalent of the Wabash Cannonball happen. So here is this tune that many of you probably heard George and Bill and Toby play this. Bridget O'Malley, you have my heart shaken with a hopeless desolation. I'd have you to know it's the wonders of admiration. Your quiet face is taken, and your beauty will haunt me wherever I go. My Sunday, it is weary. My Sunday, it is gray now. My heart is a cold thing. My heart is a stone. All joy is dead within me. My life has gone away now. For another has taken my love for his own. Tomorrow is the day when we were to be married, and it's rather I would die than live only to grieve. Oh, meet me, my darling, where the sun goes o'er the barley. I'll meet you there on the road to Drumsleeve. Bridget O'Malley, you have my heart shaken with a hopeless desolation. I'd have you to know it's the wonders of admiration. Your quiet face is taken, and your beauty will haunt me wherever I go. Your beauty will haunt me wherever I go.
Chris, will you come up? Chris Caldaway and John both have a banjo similar to mine, but they know a tune that I haven't learned yet. But we're all going to learn to sing it with them. And these banjos were made by Dick Gilman from out in western New York. And Carmen and Dick, hello, if you're able to tune in. They said they were going to try to stream along with us. Here you go.
Ted Lasso. This is we got a Christmas present from Joy and Chris. And it's a little Ted Lasso model. And if you haven't seen that show,
I think that you might be so sure that you're one of the million that sometimes you forget that out there you're just one of 11. Living in the moment is a gift. That's why they call it the present, y'all. See, I believe in hope. I believe in belief.
I just love that show. You have to see it. And anyway, we also got uniforms. We have soccer uniforms from Joy and Chris, so we're going to put them on and watch the series.
And yes, even that was more entertaining than listening to a banjo being tuned. Okay, it's a tune that I ripped off of, learned from Jeff Davis, a wonderful singer, originally collected back in the 1950s down in Virginia. First two verses were there, Jeff filled in the rest, and one of the middle verses was actually written by a class of otherwise what everybody else considered incorrigible kids who couldn't sit still, couldn't do what they were told to do. And one of them said, "Could we write our own lyrics to that?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And we got 3 days worth of classes out of that. So the chorus is very simple. Rooba sugaroo, sugar-roogaroo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on a bit. Johnny come a-pickin' on the banjo. Come a-pickin'. So
Good, it's an Italian song.
That's right. You'll get it. Now, at the very least, Johnny come picking on a banjo. Can you say that?
Johnny come picking on the banjo.
I told you they were above average in intelligence, John. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to tell them about something. One of these banjos, we told you about Dick Gilman, will be one of our instrument raffles during the festival. He's sending one down. Now, you know, Vanna's retiring after this year, man. You may have a gig.
Would anybody like a vowel? Oh.
Pat to this, pat to that, that a coat, that a hat, nothing in the world but an old straw man working on the railroad. Roo, sugar-roo, sugar-roo-roo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on the railroad, father all array, Johnny come picking on the banjo. 1842, didn't know what I should do, sailed across the ocean blue to work all on the railroad. Roo, sugar-roo, sugar-roo-roo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on the railroad, father on the rail, Johnny come picking on the banjo. 1843, I sailed out across the sea, didn't expect to see poor me working on the railroad. Roo, sugar-roo, sugar-roo-roo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on the railroad, father on the rail, Johnny come picking on the banjo. 1844, landed on this foreign shore, didn't expect to see me more working on the railroad. Roo, sugar-roo, sugar-roo-roo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on the railroad, round around the rail, Johnny come picking on the banjo. 1845, couldn't believe I was still alive, all day long the spikes I drive, working on the railroad. Roo, sugar-roo, sugar-roo-roo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on the railroad, father on the rail, Johnny come picking on the banjo. Railroad's done, we'll take a ride. Here we go, side by side. Here we go, side by side. Work all on the railroad. Roo, sugar-roo, sugar-roo-roo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on the railroad, father on the rail, Johnny come picking on the banjo. Roo, sugar-roo, sugar-roo-roo, sugar in the cream pot, how do you do? Just on the railroad, father on the rail, Johnny come picking on the banjo.
nice, Chris Conway.
Dick Gilman's banjo.
This is another one that he made. There's the triplets.
Did you ever see My Three Sons? Whoa,
It's all right.
there was nothing on it. Good thing you took that.
This one is made out of maple that was infested, I guess the wrong word, maybe the wrong word, but because the name of the beetle is the ambrosia beetle. So this is known as ambrosia maple, this one here.
You can see
Yeah,
spalting, is that right?
spalted.
Yes, something like that.
Anyway, these are really special. And Dick has just had a birthday. And it was a biggie. I think it was a biggie. So he's still in his 8th century, or he might be in his 9th century now. And the last time we were there were 4 banjos still hanging in the workshop. The 9th decade, I meant. 9th century, sorry Dick, I made you 900. But he's still making these banjos. It's quite
And
beautiful.
he and Carmen Gilman both played for the dance last Saturday night at Grange Number 1 out in Fredonia. And so that's inspiring. Well, we were inspired by Jim. All of a sudden, I'm drawing a
Kunstler.
blank. Jim Kunstler. He pointed out to us that the end of the year last year, the last day, was December 31st, 2023, and that is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and somebody needs to write a waltz. So John Kirk, in a day or two, came up with the end of the year waltz, and we're going to play that one for you now.
Yes. And it goes,
1,
do,
2,
re,
3.
mi, do, re, mi, do, re, mi, re. So, or as I teach my theory class, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
As I teach my dance class, 1, 2, 3.
And the second part of the tune sounds a little Cajun. I don't know why. It's a good time to party. Cajun music's good to party to.
It also helps to make the second part easier to play because the first part's not for me.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. One, but Tommy Smothers used to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Betty. What do you got there?
A Johnny Cash song.
Yes. And they're off. I think this is my new favorite song.
Well,
Can we go to this?
it's a good thing that John likes the dances and dancers, because he certainly didn't fall for me because of the way that I sing. But I sing anyway because I love to sing. And Roseanne Cash did a really good rendition of her dad's song about the Tennessee flat top box, and so that's what we're gonna do a little if I can get it.
And I'll strum like Johnny Cash.
There you go. In a little cabaret in a South Texas border town sat a boy and his guitar, and the people came from miles around, and all the girls from there to Austin were slipping away from home and putting jewelry in hot to take a trip to go to listen to the little dark-haired boy who played the Tennessee flat top box, and he would play. Chicken picking. Well, he couldn't ride a wrangle. He never cared to make a dime, but give him his guitar, and he'd be happy all the time. And all the girls from 9 to 90 were snapping fingers, tapping toes, and telling him don't stop and hypnotize. They were fascinated with a little dark-haired boy who played the Tennessee flat top box, and he would play.
Play it, Johnny.
Then one day he was gone, no one even saw him round. He vanished like the breeze, they forgot him in the little town. But all the girls still dreamed about him. They hung around the cabaret until the doors were locked. And then one day on the hit parade was a little dark-haired boy who played that Tennessee flat top box, and he would play. Go on and get it. Get too far back.
So basically, that's all I need.
That'd be
it's
great, and
titled?
I'll take the other guitar.
All right. Trish and I had a great chance in our married life together to know each other's parents, and all get along in a great way. Although her dad scared me to death most of the time, but he had this great voice, so he could just say, "Hi, how are you doing?" or "Hello there, John, how you doing?" and it sounded like, "Hello there, John, how you doing?" Doing good. I'm doing good, Bill. Good to hear you.
We come from, on my side, a big Catholic family, and I had 36 first cousins who lived in the nearby area, and they would say to me, "Aren't you scared of Uncle Bill? Aren't you scared of Uncle Bill?"
He was a big teddy bear.
He really is.
After a while, I realized.
He really is.
But the first time I You know, I never did the, I'd like to ask you for your daughter's hand in marriage. I didn't do that because I was scared to do that. I don't know. But Tricia's parents came to visit us in the first place we lived together in our little apartment in Cold Spring. And they came to visit, and part of the visit was Bill and I were gonna go play golf. And Trish and her mom were gonna do something else. But Bill and I are gonna go play golf. So we go in my car, and I know a good golf course nearby. It's down in the Hudson Valley, Cold Spring, Garrison area. We go to this golf course, and we have a great time. And he drove a golf cart all over that course. I mean, all over, everywhere, over tees, everywhere. And anyway, we did have a great time. We had a lovely dinner and all that. And then they got in the car and drove back to Northern Virginia. And there was a phone call. And Trish and I were, late at night, and we were watching a television show or something. And there's a phone call. And she goes over and she goes, hi. Oh, hi, Dad. How are you? What? Oh, okay. John, he wants to talk to you.
You got to stay on the
For the first time. Johnny wants to talk to you. I'm like, this has never happened. So he gets on the phone and he goes, John, you can have my daughter, but you can't have my golf clubs. Because they were still in the trunk of my car. This golf clubs. So
He made it clear before he ever even popped the question or anything.
So for the price of a set of golf clubs, the dowry,
They were very quality golf.
our dowry is a set of Wilson McGregor clubs. Okay. So anyway, we have wonderful, wonderful stories we can regale you. And I'm sure all of you do too, about parents and in-laws and grandparents especially. So this is a song from Rodney Crowell that first heard from Don Armstrong singing it. And so it has great meaning for us and maybe for you as well. So I'm an orphan now, out here on my own, and it's hard to know where I belong. Comes as no surprise, happens to us all, sure as the sun will rise and night will fall. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need, that's all I know. A picture I recall, hanging on my wall, of my mother on her wedding day. Young and naive, nothing up her sleeve, but so many things got lost along the way. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. That's all I know. The voice in my ear, ringing loud and clear, is my Father's voice teaching me. He says to be a man, you gotta be true to your word. Then when you take a stand, you'll be heard. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. That's all I know. I can see it in my family, and I feel it with my wife, and I know it with these friends I have, so important in my life. I had a dream last night, saw my mom and dad. They were happy now and I was glad. They had a brand new house, they had just moved in, but when I awoke they were gone again. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. That's all I know. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. I know love is all I need. That's all I know. All right.
One of the lucky things that we get to do is to play
trade you.
holiday music, okay. Hang that up, thank you. With a lot of friends from the area, and we want to find Hanukkah music. And there's a couple dreidel songs and candle songs and such, but we mostly hear from Addie and Olin Boyle, Addie Murray and Olin Boyle, and they have some delightful stuff, so we let them be featured. But one tune that we do play is from Andy Statman, and it's the Flatbush Waltz, and we want to play that for you. And it's not even the holidays anymore, it's just a tune that we love, so we'll play that right now.
Well, he didn't write it for the holidays, but
No, but that's when we usually play, but right now I'm glad to have the chance to bring it out again. That previous song, just being grateful for these friends I have, it made me think of saying that. That would be fun.
I'll
Or
try.
more wood. Yeah.
It's getting cold. Wait a minute, let's see. I gotta adjust here. I forgot a strap for my mandolin. Don't leave home without your tools. No, that's not it. What is it? My mother always mixed up things like that. It's like a plumber without his tools, like a carpenter without his tools. She would say things like, the lights are on and the barn door's open. Instead of, the lights are on and nobody's home, or somebody left the barn doors open, she'd mix up those things in a
The
great way.
mixed metaphors, yeah, but they're entertainment. So what key do you want to try? I think probably D. is what
Okay,
I'm-
yeah. All right. Peter Ostroushko's song, a whole song by Peter Ostroushko.
I decided this would be a good one to do because it's the time of year when it's really cold in the morning and you're snuggled in warm and you don't want to go out to work. Well, you want to stay on horizontal hold. And for those of you that are like me that watch TV when they used to sometimes lose the picture, you understand that metaphor. Also, if you're like me and you like snacks, you'll also enjoy this song.
Okay, here's to you, Peter. Okay. It's getting cold. It's in G.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I thought you said D. Whoops. Okay, here we go.
Scared me. It's getting cold. The radio said, let's go upstairs, go back to bed. You get the chips, I'll get the spread. Go on, grab the cat. Let's go back to bed. Get some olives, smoked oysters too. Get some Oreos and a Mountain Dew. Buttered popcorn and a bowl. Got color TV and remote control. Two reading lights on our headboard, an electric blanket, an extension cord, some flannel sheets, my mandolin, 11 pillows, then we'll jump right in. Turn out the lights, turn on the tube, get the Yahtzee game and the rummy cube, more chocolate bars, more chicken wings, 2 Mitchner books, 3 Stephen King. Call out for pizza, call for Chinese, call out for pizza with extra cheese, cause the radio says it's getting cold, but that's alright, I'm on horizontal hold. Cause the radio says it's getting cold, but that's alright, I'm on horizontal hold. Yes.
Well, we gave a tribute to Groundhog Day because that's today, and this just so happens to be the Mardi Gras season, so we're going to play a couple of Louisiana tunes. The first one's called Rosy Cheeks, and it's a waltz, and the second one is called the Lake Arthur Stomp, 2-step.
And the dance floor is opened.
The triangles in a little bag up there if you want to, Lake Arthur. You can give us a little percussion. Chris would be wonderful. That'd be great.
Oh, that would be fantastic. All right. You don't know how important it is in cage music to have a triangle. It's bloody serious.
It's also really hard to play because you can't hide with a triangle. The sound comes through. There we go. We got it.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
It's so important. Yeah. I played once with a Cajun band and I was playing triangle and they were all just giving me dirty looks. Like, a Cajun eye roll is unlike any other eye roll. One time, a band had told songs with a family Cajun band from Louisiana flew up, all in the same outfits. So they had black jeans and maroon shirts and black vests. And they were the so-and-so, the LaJoy family band. I forget the name of the band. But they were all there except for the mom or the grandmom of the group. And she got to the airport and broke out in the worst hives and her throat started to close up, just so nervous about flying that she didn't go. But she gave her guitar to her son and said, take my guitar, at least my guitar will get to New York and get to play.
Find somebody who can play it.
Find somebody
with
who could play. So
Make
they asked
it
if I could
him.
play. And so I played guitar with this Cajun band for the whole festival. And it's guitar with this beautiful old Gibson guitar with mailbox black on gold letter stick-ons that said Evelyn along the neck. Evelyn. And Evelyn. And somebody, we were playing for occasion dance in the big dance barn there. And one of the contra dancers, who I can't remember who, but you would probably know this person if you saw them because they go to every dance and they're always at the festival. And they come up and they go, hey, John, is that how Dan Quayle spells 11? And I thought, there is a dated joke right there. Who would know about that right now?
Or he could have said, this guitar, it goes to 11.
This guitar goes to 11. It goes to Evelyn anyway. 1, 2, no, waltz and a two-step. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Well, we're at the ending point now. It's going to end. It's going to end.
Oh, the other end of the French spectrum over there. When I teach some classes, a lot of classes over at Bennington College, and one of my theory class, and we'll play a tune like that. I'm leading it mostly, and they're playing chords. And at the very end, we go like that. Deceptive cadence. So it has lyrics. Deceptive cadence. Anyway.
Just do a quick little bit of railroad and Forky Deer.
Yeah.
And then we'll see. About that.
Here's a tune I learned from Pete Sutherland. His arrangement of a beautiful tune from Kentucky called Railroad Through the Rocky Mountains.
The Rocky Mountains of Kentucky. And then he'll follow that with one that I think also comes from Kentucky, because riding on Route 40, the interstate through Kentucky, we crossed over the Forked River. And it was actually not named the Forked River, it was the Deer River, but it branched off into many forks. And so I thought maybe Forked Deer came from there too. Who knows?
And not from Shakespeare.
Well, you'll have to talk to him.
I made that
about
up. I don't know.
No, the Scots think the Forked Deer
Oh,
is
the
theirs.
Scots.
Just a little nice and easy, this one. Let's do a lullaby.
Time for a lullaby. Now that I'm all fired up.
John used to do this with Walt Michael and Company, and it's from Tchaikovsky. The tune is actually a older than even Tchaikovsky. It's an Italian lullaby, Piva Piva.
Piva,
And
piva.
Bill Caddick from England set words to it. The Sandman of England is John of Dreams. Yes, he'll row you to drift on a river of sleep. And it's all good. I'm just gonna play this.
It sure is nicer than
Sand in your eyes.
finding out about getting sand in your eyes. The Sandman, this is not, that terrified me. First time he puts sand in your eyes and helps you go to sleep. What? Who's going to do what? Okay. When midnight comes, good people homeward tramp. Seek now your blankets and your feather bed. Home is the rover, his journey's over. Yield up the nighttime to old John of Dreams. Yield up the nighttime to old John of Dreams. Across the hills the sun has gone astray. Tomorrow's cares are many dreams away. Home is the rover, his journey's over. Yield up the darkness to old John of Dreams. Yield up the darkness to old John of Dreams. Both man and master in the night are one. All things are equal when the day is done. The prince and the plowman, the slave and the free man, all find their comfort in old John of Dreams. All find their comfort in old John of Dreams. Now as you sleep, those dreams come winging clear. Those hawks of morning cannot harm you here. Sleep is a river, flows on forever. And for your boatman, choose old John of Dreams. And for your boatman, choose old John of Dreams.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you to Chris. Thanks, Old Songs, and all of you for coming out tonight. Safe home. Good night.
Thank you.